Hey Cancer! So let's get started. We always come into the month with your current position and how you're feeling and your state of mind. You have the Two of Cups. So your current position is, Two of Coins. So your current position is about balance, change, priorities. So if you're single, this tells me a lot of you are looking for somebody. Your priorities have shifted a little more. Maybe you were just dating, having fun on dating sites, going to meetup groups, just kind of, go with the flow. Maybe some of it was lustful or just kind of having an adventure, meeting new people, making friends. And now there's kind of a shift in your priorities. And your priorities are, all right, dating's been kind of exhausted. I'm looking for somebody with a lot more potential. Not that you haven't met people with potential, and I feel like some of you have, but I feel like it's been one off, right? Like you've dated 5 and maybe 1 had potential, or potential in your eyes, not meaning they were bad or not good people necessarily, but just not the right fit for you. And I feel like before it was going out, having fun, now it's kind of like some of you have kids and now you're kind of focusing more on who would be a person that I'd actually invite home to mom and dad or to my children or, to my friends, somebody that I see as long term. So that tells me a lot of you are working on making some changes and balancing out your life. So maybe, the bar scene isn't so much for you, or the club scene if that's something you were into. Again, it could just be getting things kind of in order, getting your life in order, finances, steady job if you don't have one, or steady paycheck, because you're kind of thinking about, would you date you? And I know that we've all thought that to a certain extent, like, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z, but what do I give? What do I put out into the universe? What do I possess that would make somebody want to choose me out of those 5 or 10? And I think a lot of Cancers are feeling that way, especially if you're single, maybe upping the ante within yourself and what you present to other people. And genuinely, I don't feel like anybody's falsifying it or pretending to be somebody they're not. You're just showing your potential as a partner in the possibility of finding somebody to spend time with. If you're looking to reconcile, I think that some of you may be on the fence. I feel like some of you have either already communicated with or are starting to communicate with an ex, and maybe you're noticing changes within yourself or within that person, and I don't necessarily know that that person's gonna be a priority for you. Now, could be complete opposite. Maybe you were the one who needed a break and now your priorities are changing and you're shifting that energy towards that person that maybe you weren't giving as much of a chance, or as much of, maybe they were kind of moving into, let's get married, let's do this, and you were like, whoa. But I really feel like some of you are taking a good hard look at this reconciliation, going, it's time for change. This person isn't good for me. Some of you have broken up on and off, like over and over a few times, and you're starting to realize it's not happening. The next card you have are feelings that often help or hinder your outcome. And you have the 6 of Coins. So this card is about clarity and feeling giving and being generous with your heart and your soul. So if you're single, I think this meshes really well with the 2, because you're looking into what you really want deep down. What is going to make you happy? And, what do you possess that can make other people happy? What are your shining qualities? And what are things that you want to work on in your life that may not be so shiny? Because we all have that, right? This is contentedness as well. So this is learning to be content in yourself and content with having a relationship. I really get the feeling, Cancer, that a lot of you are you're done with the dating game and you're ready to just kind of find your flow with somebody. And you're feeling like you're ready to give that. You're being generous with your feelings, your heart. You're being generous with just yourself overall. This also represents clarity. So again, I think it goes well with the 2 that you're seeing the big picture. You know now what you want. Maybe you've been dating for a long time, or maybe you've been dating on and off, then taking a break, then dating on and off, or maybe you've been single for a long time and you've wanted it that way and you've been focusing on other things. Whatever your situation is, this definitely tells me that it's kind of clear now what you want. you understand what makes you happy and what you don't want. And you've dealt with bullshit and you've dealt with things that make you happy, and you're ready to clear out any old cobwebs and get moving. I don't know why, but I really just got like a giant picture of a cobweb and a broom, and you're just swatting at the cobwebs and clearing out that dust. So again, maybe opening yourself up to possibilities of something long term. If you're looking to reconcile, I think that you, again, for whatever reason, you're feeling like you see things clearly now. Like you understand fully whether this person is right or is not right for you. And so if you are looking to reconcile, I think you're going to be content in your decision. If it's good for you and you want to be generous with your heart and soul and you want to give it another go, you will. And if you don't, I think this time you really won't. And for whatever reason, I feel like the power's in your hands, because I feel like maybe you've given another person a lot of times, a lot of chances, and you're finally discovering that things just are not changing. The next card you have is going to be distant past. So over the past few years, this is distant, so not the past few weeks, but a much longer time span. And you have the Three of Cups. So I always bring this up, and this is probably the last time I'll tell you why I bring up the past position, because I've been saying it the past 3 reads, but I always bring this up because this shows maybe the positive things you're bringing to the table this month, or the negative things, or maybe something this month has drummed up some sort of feelings that you've kept inside that you forgot about, memories, things that you want to remember, but you don't have to dwell on if they're negative. And if they're positive, it encourages your decision making, right, for the remainder of the month and what you're going to be doing, or the remainder of the next few weeks. And you have the Three of Cups. So this is actually a very positive card, but it ties very well into here, because like I said, I really feel like if you're single, you're looking for somebody to build something with, and the Three of Cups is about having fun and partying and celebrating and friends. And I kind of wonder if maybe this is like a transition for some of you Cancers, moving from, young, partying, not really looking for anything serious, maybe college days, and realizing that that's not getting you what you want. And maybe some of you are kind of doing the Al Bundy, where it's like you are remembering the good old days and the parties and having fun and the celebrating, but you're realizing now that spending every night at the bar is not going to get you a fulfilling relationship, right? I mean, yes, I'm sure somebody's going to tell me that they met their love of their life and they've been married 30 years at the bar. I get it. I'm not saying that's not right for everybody. I'm just saying, come on, we all know. Like, you can only party so long. You can only, have those honeymoon phases. Relationships take work, regardless. There's no perfect relationship or no perfect union. And I think that you're realizing that now, that maybe in the past you've had fun and you had good times and you met good people and you've had decent relationships, but it came down to when the tough got going, maybe you got going, or maybe your partner got going. And so you're remembering the good times. Maybe you had a really good relationship that you didn't fulfill because of whatever reason. You weren't interested in settling down. And so you're bringing the aspects of what really made you happy in that relationship into the possibility of a new one, but actually seeing it through to something different, like moving in together, having kids, getting married, those types of things, if that's what you're interested in. If you're looking to reconcile, which I normally don't read these separately, but I think it's almost the same, and I don't feel like this has anything to do with the partner that you're looking at reconciling. I do think that maybe this has a behavioral pattern with how you or your ex were behaving. Maybe like a celebration, let's have fun, I'm just here to have fun, and now one of you is regretting it, going, okay, I really want you back because there's some serious potential here. But I really feel like they're the ones who are kind of off kilter, and now you're deciding whether you want them back. But I think, again, this is you reminiscing on the past and remembering fun times and past relationships and fun times with this ex, and realizing that maybe past partners have not been successful because that's all it's been about, is the celebration and never the hard work. The next card you have is going to be your most recent past. So over the past 2 weeks, the past month or so, and you have the moon. So the moon is always, you know, it's like a toss up between reality and non-reality. So if you're single, it's like fear, but at the same time dreaming. So it's almost opposites, because you're kind of fearing what you're going to find. You're nervous to actually get in a relationship, because maybe some of you aren't quite sure how to behave in a relationship, or aren't quite sure what a healthy relationship is. Or you're nervous you're never going to find the dang thing, because dating's so ridiculously hard right now, and you have to weed through bullshit and kiss a lot of frogs, or you know, whatever, to get to the prince or princess that you're looking for. So the fear part could be never finding what you truly want and kind of feeling monotonous in the dating scene, or like things are never going to change. But the dreaming part is that Cancer's, you know, one of my signs is the Cancer, and it's very strong. It's probably, you know, my strongest sign. And you know, we can love unconditionally, and we can be very positive. And I think that the moon says, like, you're still dreaming. You might be nervous, but it's almost like you know it's out there for you. There is the illusional aspect of it, though, and I think that's what you're most scared of, is that you're going to fall for the illusion, that somebody's going to drum it up and you're not going to read the red flags, and that's going to make you feel insecure or worried about dating. You're worried that you're not going to see it, but come on, Cancers are intuitive, they're smart, so you're going to be able to read the red flags. But the past few weeks, I think, have been a little scary, because it's like overwhelming. I really feel like some of you have had like a plethora of dates and possibilities and this, that, and you're just kind of like, whoa, 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 I'm trying to figure out what I want, on top of all these people kind of shooting at me from left and right, and then figuring out emails, and I'm meeting these people, and are they for real or are they not for real? So it can be really overwhelming, and I kind of feel like that's how you felt the past few weeks when you're dating. If you're looking to reconcile, I really think that you're starting to factor out, you're having this clarity of what's a dream and what's reality. And I think really, Cancers, if you're looking to reconcile, that you know what the reality is. And I think it's almost like you're nervous to be alone, but you know that you're dreaming if you don't see that there are some illusions there. Some of you have to get past the fact that you think that this person might be good for you, because I think there might be some illusions in what they're playing out, and I think you're catching on. Again, I don't think that's for everybody, but I think I've mentioned this, and I don't know if I've said it in Cancer, but I know I said it in a Virgo video once. One of the strongest things my friend said to me, she called me out one day, and I was thinking about getting back with an ex that I knew was not good for me. And she looked at me and she said, you know, you're kind of a coward. She goes, you're not a coward in work. You're not a coward raising your kid. You're really strong, and your head's in the right place, but I'm shocked about you thinking about reconciling. And I said, what? And she goes, you're dreaming if you think he's ever going to change. And she goes, but you're taking the easy road out, because it's easier to fall back into that pattern to say you have someone than to not. And she was right, because there was this fear of not having somebody and not being alone, or fear of being like, well, I'll never find somebody, so I have to settle. And I've realized it's better to not have anything than to say you have something, right? So hopefully that resonates with you a little bit. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few weeks, and playing out into the next few months. So this is distant, and you have the Magician. And we all love the Magician card, because this is making what you want. This is, you know, pulling the rabbit out of the hat. The main focus of the Magician is patience, because you will get what you want, and you will make what you want, and you will allow it to happen. And you're the creator. You're the person who can, you know, kind of guide the universe, and you're seeing the universe guide you more and more. So if you're single, start paying attention to signs, and you know what I mean. Again, Cancers are very intuitive. So if you're seeing numbers or colors or hearing songs, something like that, and you're single, I think you're going to see like a pattern or some sort of number, and 2 keeps coming out. It's screaming at me, and I don't know why. It is 2 and blue. So I don't know what that is. Maybe it means nothing to anybody, but it just popped into my head. This is about you having control, connecting with people, and being versatile. So again, not going with the people that sit at the bar all day, not going with the people who are like, I'll call you when I call you. Like, you're used to that. You know how that game is played. You're looking for something real, and you're really paying attention and kind of focusing on what you want. But you're not letting the fear guide you, because the Magician says, you know you're capable of finding it. your ability is huge. So this says over the next few months that you are capable of pretty much whatever you put your mind to. So you're going to find somebody amazing, but you have to be patient. Cancers can tend to want to rush things to a certain extent because we love so much. So we want to find love and we want to attach to that love and we want the love to attach to us and we, and we do. Who doesn't? I mean, it's not even just a Cancer thing. It's in everybody's sign. If you're looking to reconcile again, I just really get the feeling that you know what you're worth and you know what you're self-aware. And the Magician says that you're going to be able to control the situation with the person you're looking to reconcile. You're the one, it's in your hands. So either reconnect with them and know that it's what you want and go for it, or don't. But I have the feeling a lot of you are just saying, if I'm patient, the one that I deserve and want will come along. I just need to let go of what's keeping me from focusing my attention on finding something amazing. The next card you have is your immediate future, so over the next few weeks in the month of August, and you have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords goes well with the Magician because this is about abandonment, retreat. This is about traveling. This is about getting out of sticky situations and getting out of your comfort zone. So if you're looking to reconcile, this immediately tells me retreat, 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 right? Abandon. The situation is no good. I think you might end up having to take care of some things to get that taken care of and move on in order to develop this Magician and connecting with other people and having that ability and, that self-awareness. So I really strongly feel, Cancer, that reconnection or reconciliation may not be positive in your eyes, but I feel like you know it. And that's what's making me crazy. I really feel like you guys know it and you're just second guessing yourself. The Six for anybody who's single, this could be travel with somebody. This could be meeting new people. This could be traveling on business and meeting somebody. This could also be taking a retreat for yourself to kind of figure out, declutter, figure out what it is you want. Again, I think that the abandonment part almost screams, again, getting out of old habits and like maybe, abandoning whatever is holding you back and making you feel like you're not capable, and retreating when you need to. So I feel like it's going to be kind of a love-hate thing with dating. You're going to date, you're going to meet some great people, then you might feel overwhelmed and you'll need to take it back a little bit. And that might go on throughout the month. You'll kick in overdrive, you'll be dating, you'll have some fun, you'll talk to a bunch of people, and then you'll kick it back a notch and kind of be like, okay, I'm retreating, I need to be in my shell for a little while, need to think about things, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, lots of people, lots of BS to weed through, maybe lots of kisses. I don't know. That was totally dorky, but it rang in my mind, so I said it. So again, definitely a good card to set you up for like managing everything and just moving on to something amazing. Okay, the next card you have is going to be any future external factors. So something that is tangible that might affect you this month, and it could happen in the beginning, the middle, the end, and you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is, again, clarity, which you seem to be getting this a lot, logic, clarity, because the Ace is all about seeing things clearly, and you have the power. I mean, these two go fantastic together because this is you creating your destiny. This is you harnessing what the universe is giving you and making the best out of it and making it happen and knowing your ability. I mean, right now, this reading is screaming about your capabilities and the clarity and seeing things clear in front of you and harnessing that and using the positive energy and making it your own and developing what you want. This is all about you this month having the power to have a healthy, successful, long-lasting relationship or not. And that's your decision to make. And you know what you need to do that. You need to get rid of the crap. And almost something keeps telling me grow up, like move on to that next level. It may not be easy and you may just want to have the fun, but you're not happy anymore. You're not getting what you want. And it's kind of like it's time to say, okay, well, if I want something true and long lasting, it can't just be about the fun. It has to be who I would spend a lot of time with and be willing to put in the work with at the end of the day. Somebody that can make me laugh when maybe I should be crying. If you're looking to reconcile, it's the same thing. I really think this is you being logical, knowing you have the power to, if you want to reconcile, then you're going to have to make it your own, and it's going to have to possess what you want. If it doesn't, it's leaving you questioning, or you're not feeling clear about it, you're not feeling sure, you don't feel like you're getting the big picture, you feel like these illusions are just, you know, all over the place, like you're not getting the whole story. Move. And I kind of feel like this is your last chance, not dating or anything like that, but like, I feel like if you don't take the opportunity of splitting amicably now, it's going to get messy in the future, or something else will come along that you're not prepared for. Or, you know, you'll get in a situation where you're lovey-dovey, you move in together, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, this sucks. Here we are back at the beginning, and now you've got a whole nother slew of things to deal with because you've got a house together, you've got bills together, you know what I mean. The next card you have is any future internal factors, so how you're going to feel on and off throughout the month of August. And you have the Eight of Swords. So this is very internal. This card is all about internal because this hand is your hand holding you back. This is your self-doubt. This is your imprisonment. This is you, you know, so this kind of goes with this retreat over the next few weeks that I think some of you are going to find something good, and you might kind of feel yourself pulling back. No, I don't deserve this, or oh, they're too good to be true, or they're not as fun, or whatever the case may be. But I think you have to have the patience of the magician, because I think there might be like a silver lining that you're not seeing. And again, this is you trying to be in control of everything. And even though I talked about control and connections, it's controlling things that you can control, like your behavior, how you react to situations, whether you're positive or whether you're negative. This is you trying to control somebody else that maybe doesn't fit what you're looking for, and then you need to learn to say, this isn't working for me. So I think this month you're going to have to learn how to date and not be rude, which Cancers are generally not rude. They try to save somebody's feelings, even if it costs them anguish. They try not to hurt somebody else's feelings. But I think the Eight is saying, you do have the control, and you know you have the control. You're just kind of nervous about using it because you don't want to come off as rude. Even if you're not interested in somebody, maybe you've been on 2 or 3 dates, I see you kind of going, ugh, and then you're going to retreat and you're going to kind of like abandon ship. So you can't worry about this because you're not going to do it perfect. Nobody does it perfect. And if you hurt somebody's feelings, or if somebody doesn't understand why you date, you don't want to date them, they're going to move on. You're going to move on, and everybody's going to be fine. So don't have any self-doubt. Don't confuse yourself. If your gut says, no, they're not right for you, they're not right for you. And don't spend any more time on trying to make somebody else happy. Just don't do it. And if you're looking to reconcile, this is very, very heavy, because this says if your self-doubt is overtaking your knowledge and your gut that says, this isn't going to work this time, we've been through this, we've done it over and over, then stop. Because really, Cancer, for me, this is so strong this month that something is saying, heed the warnings, pay attention to your gut. Now, not everybody. Some of you, yes, you should be together. But I feel like you know that if you connect with this person again and you reconcile, you are imprisoning yourself. And you know it. You know it. The next card you have is your hopes and fears for the outcome of August. And you have the World. And then your outcome for August. And you have the Star. That makes me want to cry. I really needed to see that card, Cancer. I'm pretty sure some of you did too. So the World, come on, it's the World. It's belonging to something, it's belonging with somebody, it's belonging, feeling like you finally fit in your own life. The World, I mean, that's your dreams, that's your fears, that's your hope, because the world is your oyster. What the hell am I going to do with the world? But at the same time, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do with the world. I'm going to do this and this and this. This is about accomplishing things and completing things that you've wanted to do. And Cancer, if you're single, I think this is you finding somebody, knowing that you're going to find somebody, you're going to produce, not produce, but yeah, I mean, basically produce. You're going to ask the universe for something. You're going to show the universe what you deserve, what you're capable of, what you're putting out there, and you're going to get that back. And the world is saying, let's do this. And there's going to be things that you've wanted to fulfill, dreams you wanted to fulfill, trips you wanted to fulfill. you know, things in a relationship that you've never been through before. And the world is saying, it's all yours for the taking right now. You can make it happen. And that goes with your magician for the next few months. Same thing. You can finally belong and feel like you fit into a relationship. I just see two people connecting, and it's going to be incredible. I don't think it's going to be this immediate thing. I think you're going to have to, again, kiss a lot of frogs, figure out what's going to work for you. But once you play the numbers game, it's going to feel right. And I think as you're meeting people, you're going to start being able to figure out what personality traits, what lifestyles work for you and flow with you, and what does not flow for you. And that's going to make it a lot easier to reach this star. If you're looking to reconcile, this tells me this is completion. The world is about finishing a cycle. It's the end of the major arcana. You start back over. If you want to reconcile, I'm asking you to pay attention to the signs. Do you feel fulfilled with this person? Do you feel like you belong with them? Do you feel like they belong with you, that they fit into your life? If you do, then I think you have the ability to have this star. If you have any doubt, or you're worried about hurting somebody, or you're worried about, I might have to be single for the next 6 months or a year or however long it takes, and you're worried about that, you can let that rule what you know in your gut might be good for you. This star, come on, Cancer, it doesn't get any better than that for your outcome for the month. This is about hope, inspiration, self-esteem, being giving, being generous. If you're looking to reconcile, there is hope on the other side. If it doesn't work out, have the self-esteem, inspire yourself, become the person that you always wanted to be, and find the person to have a relationship with that inspires you, that gives you hope. They're generous, they're nice to you. They don't give and take their love. They don't say they're going to call you and then wait a week to call you. No, give that shit up. Come on. Be better to yourself. You know what you deserve. If you're single, this is it. I mean, this is your time to shine like the star. This is your time to find the diamond in the rough. This is your time to truly ride on hope of finding really what you want. Cancer, I think this spread goes phenomenally well for you this month. I think it all runs smooth. You know, I don't know a better ending than the world and the star. It's beautiful, it's amazing. You know, be this magician, make it happen, find what you want, inspire yourself, inspire other people, smile at somebody just because you can smile at somebody. Do something nice for somebody just because you can do somebody nice. I think that's how you're going to feel towards the end of August. You're going to feel this generous loving that you just want to spread to everybody. All right, Cancer.